is now that I got like a new PC and whatnot, I'll be able to like run those games really nice. So oh my god, where's your health, dude? Oh my god, they saved him. Ah, damn it, I wasted that health pot. I didn't think I was going to be healed that much. Oh, that's freaking sucks. Oh, he turned his back. Bad idea, bro. Oh, I need line of sight. I need line of sight. Let's go! Let's go, dude! Alrighty, guys. I've got another build video for y'all. This is gonna be the highly anticipated Flail SnS build. Starting off with the helmet. We have a light helm with haste and vigor, shook and heals, and slash conditioning. Now, this is going to be a 5-piece shook and heals build, and haste and vigor is a phenomenal perk. And haste and vigor is a really nice perk that I run on all my builds. It reduces the dot effects by 7% per armor piece, as well as giving you 7% haste for 5 seconds if you take damage while inflicted with a dot. Then for the chest, we've got a medium chest piece with contagious upheaval, shook and heals, and vital synergy. Both of these perks, contagious upheaval and vital synergy, are really good to have for this build. Honestly, upheaval is more of a necessity to make this build work. Vital synergy is just an extra piece. So, you know, some of the perks that you want to have if you don't have some of these min-max gear pieces, definitely 5-piece shook and heals, contagious upheaval, your weapon perks, and as well as getting, some pieces of freedom. Now, I know some people won't have the keen speed boots. That's okay, because you can swap these out for something like the heavy metal slips from the PvP rewards track, so you can get that shook and heals, health, as well as adding a perk of your choice. You probably go with a piece of freedom on that so that you are at 54% freedom, that you're over the cap just a little bit, but you'll be moving very smoothly, to say the least. And then for the gloves, got light gloves with shook and heals, slash conditioning, and I got 2 pieces of slash con with this build. Very nice. Slash is a very common damage type used with a lot of builds, so I'm really stacking into slash resistance here, and I've had a ton of success, as you guys have seen, with the gameplay. And then for armor artifact of choice, we are going with freedom. I have yet to make a build around this artifact, so I thought, why not give it a try? I haven't revisited this artifact I think since season 4, so this artifact has actually been very good. Its intrinsic perk, Unending Freedom. Stun, slow, and root effects base duration is reduced by 20%. And since we're in medium, we have a baseline of 10% reduced crowd control effects. So that's a total of 30% right there. And then it comes with a piece of freedom to reduce the base duration of slow, stun, and root by 12%. Now we're at 42%, cap is 50. And then there's another piece of freedom on the keen speed boots to get us over the cap so that we're at that nice 50% reduced to crowd control effects. I like being able to move as freely as possible. It's the difference between life and death when fighting outnumbered, and there are a ton of rude stun slows in this game. They try to throw the kitchen sink at you sometimes, and this build just keeps on moving. And it's got a piece of enchanted ward, and I went ahead and put shuriken heals on this to give us that 5-piece shuriken heals. And then for the round shield, I got fortifying shield rush, sturdy 4. Now, if you're not able to get, a crafted shield like this one, another good alternative is the unrelenting mercy. I've been messing around with the shield for a little bit since I got it, and it is really nice having that strike shield ward. Since my resistance with strike is only 5%, this gives me a little more protection against it. And we're running Flail SnS, so the shield won't be switching off, and we will be benefiting from that strike shield ward 100% of the time. Now the shield drops from this boss in Ebon Scale Reach right here, right at this Earth Shrine. It's a great shield. Go ahead and pick it up. Now for the flail, yes, you could go with Odo. I've come to find that Odo is lacking a little bit of damage due to the fact it doesn't have a gem socket. I wish it did. It would, oh man, it would make that artifact really, really nice. But what you could do if you wanted to do a little more damage than this named flail item that I've got, you could go with putting ultimate enchantment on Odo and then having powerful eruption on the body, and that would actually do some really good damage. I just didn't have a powerful eruption piece on the armor to maximize that damage potential with Odo, so I went with this named flail heavy chain. It drops from barnacles and black powder, very easily attainable. You can also get it from the kiln with 4,500 barnacles of black powder materia. It comes with powerful eruption and keenly jagged, and then I went ahead and put on alternating enchantment. This is a great perk. Hitting with a basic attack will increase the base damage of the next ability hit within 5 seconds by 10%, and hitting with an ability will increase the base damage of the next basic attack within 5 seconds by 10%. So if we're doing the classic combo, light attack, trip, light attack into eruption, you'll be benefiting from the alternating enchantment passive, getting that extra 10% base damage on all those attacks. Now with the hoplite longsword, I really like this longsword because it has refreshing move and trenchant rend. Now I went ahead and put on pen backstab. I used to run powering leaping strike, but leaping strike nowadays just causes rubber banding. Like, you'll hit the leaping strike and you'll go all the way behind and miss your target, or you'll leap forward and just rubber band in place and not go anywhere. It's very hit or miss, and at least with pen backstab, anytime they turn their back, which a lot of times they do, you will be doing that extra damage because you'll be penetrating their armor by 27%. Very nice. I went ahead and split gemmed this sword due to the fact that a lot of people do mitigate against slash, so to really maximize the damage with our upheaval, I went ahead and put in arboreal split gem with the arboreal rune glass. For the Heartrune of choice, I've been loving the Dark Ascent Heartrune, a phenomenal Heartrune at that. Now this is the cunning version. It gives you crippling ascent, inflict slow on hit, reducing the target's movement speed by 30% for 4 seconds, as well as leeching ascent, heal for 100% of the damage dealt by Dark Ascent. Very good. And if you level it up to 700 gear score, you get up to 3,000 base damage on a direct hit. Crazy. It's a really nice execute ability when your target's low and they're not expecting it at all, and you just go up and then slam back down. Very fun. And for the amulet, I've got divine slash protection and health. Now you could choose any protection you want, but like I said, for this build, I stacked heavily into slash protection, and I've had a ton of success doing it. Or you could go with flame protection or thrust, whatever you prefer the most. For the ring, I got a ring with healing breeze, invigorated punishment, and hardy. I've been running this type of ring with builds that have multiple damage types. So for instance, with this build, we've got strike, we've got slash, we've got nature damage. So I went with invigorated punishment for that reason. Not to mention, a lot of my attacks are ability based, so to really maximize the damage with my abilities, invigorated punishment was the best choice. And then for the jewelry artifact, I'm going with Endless Thirst. The intrinsic perk with this artifact, healing consumables are 33% stronger, but survival and mana potion cooldowns are 25% longer. And since the changes to the pot cooldowns back in season 8 were changed, the potion that wasn't used will have a 20% less cooldown than the potion that was used. And once you get those potion rotations down, you will not want to give up this artifact. And as far as our resistances go, I'm rocking 20% slash, 5% strike, 5% thrust, 20% standard damage, that is your bleed resist, and then 15% elemental across the board. That consists of 6 opals and 2 onyxes. Now to the attributes, we've got 356 strength, 50 dex, 50 focus, and 200 constitution. I think this is a really good stat split for this build. So we are getting a base damage for the flail at 1437, and the base damage for the sword is 1491. So very close between the two. And then in order to hit some of these thresholds, you'll have to be at least 719, 720 gear score. Just keep that in mind. Now onto the flail skill tree. Be sure to pause the video or take a screenshot. This is what I'm running for this build. Now, one thing you could switch out with this setup is the debilitating extension passive for the reductive superiority. I kind of go back and forth with those two passives, but I dropped the reductive superiority passive and went with debilitating extension for now. Feel free to change it up to your liking. And then the Sword and Shield skill tree, be sure to pause the video, take a screenshot. This skill tree is pretty straightforward. We're making use of the damage from upheaval, as well as using shield rush in all its glory. It is such a busted ability. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but even if you block the shield rush, the weaken and the slow still gets applied to you. So if you see the target blocking, or if they block your shield rush, they still get hit with that 20% weaken as well as the 30% slow. Very insane. There isn't many abilities out there that have this much of utility as well as debuffs that get applied to the target even if they're blocking. Insane. And now just some tips I could give you guys when running this build. I'd like to start off with the Arcane Smite to apply that deflecting frailty. It also gives us a stack of impairment on our target. And then I'll go for some light attacks to try to bait out the rolls, or, you know, if they're trying to block my attack because they're anticipating that trip. If they have a lot of grit, say with like a hammer or great axe, I tend to try to wait till their animation ends and then hit them with a trip, light attack into eruption. Very strong combo for making use of that alternating enchantment perk on the flail, as well as getting a lot of chip damage when I don't have those abilities ready to go. I like to do to get something like maximize my distance with the shield rush. Not many people talk about this, but it also really lines up your shield rush as well to try to make it, you know, sticky to the target. Is if you do like a medium weave into the shield rush, you will get a lot more distance, and then you can immediately hit that upheaval only if you landed that shield rush and you staggered your target will perfectly line up that guaranteed upheaval. And that's going to do it for the Flail SnS build video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, be sure to smash the like button. And if you enjoy videos like this one here, consider subscribing. There will be plenty more build videos in the future, but for the remainder of season 9, I will not be doing any more build videos since season 10 is right around the corner, and I'd rather have you guys focusing on preparing for season 10 because it's going to change up the game forever. As always, guys, I hope to see you in the next one.